Good evening. Welcome to all. Myself, Dr. Kapil Vyas, faculty at Sales Institute of Commerce. Today, I am presenting a lecture on redemption of preference share under Section 55, a chapter of corporate accounting. Issue and redemption of preference shares is governed by Section 55 of Company Act 2013. Section 55 of the Companies Act prescribe that a company shall not issue an irredeemable preference share. Further, it also imposes boundation on companies limited by an share to issue preference shares which are liable to redeemed within a period not exceeding 20 years from the date of their issue. Provisions regarding redemption of preference shares. Redemption of preference shares means the repayment of preference share capital to their holders within a specific period. The provisions of Section 55 related to redemption of preference shares are as follows. First, preference shares should be redeemable. Second, preference shares can be redeemed only when they are fully paid up. In case of partly paid up, first, the final call will be made, and after fully paid up redemption can be possible. Entries on final call received. Provision third, preference shares can be redeemed out of profit available for dividend to shareholder or out of the proceeds of a fresh issue of shares made for the purpose of such redemption. Fourth, if preference shares are redeemed out of profit, an equivalent amount equal to the face value of the preference shares redeemed must be transferred to capital redemption reserve account under Section 55. The entry will be made free reserve account DR to capital redemption reserve account being amount equivalent to nominal value of preference shares capital arrange out of profit transferred to CRR under Section 55. If preference shares are redeemed at premium, then such a premium must be provided for out of the profits of the company, maybe capital or revenue profit. Then entries for premium arrangement, securities premium account dia, free reserve account dia to premium on redemption of preference share account. Method of redemption of preference shares. Preference shares can be redeemed by the following method according to the Section 55. First, redemption out of profit. Second, redemption out of fresh issue of shares. Third, redemption out of profit and fresh issue of share both. And last is redemption by conversion of preference shares into equity shares, debentures, or new preference shares. First, redemption out of profit. Company may redeem the preference shares out of profit which are available for dividend, such as P&L account, credit balance, general reserve, reserve fund, insurance fund, dividend equalization fund, workmen compensation fund, etc. The following entries are made for redemption of preference shares. Amount due on redemption transferred to preference shareholder account. Then for transfer to capital redemption reserve account and to write off the premium payable on redemption from the securities premium or free reserve. Then after arrangement, payment to preference shareholders तो redeemable preference share account दिया to bank. Second method, redemption of out of fresh issue of share. When a company is interested to redeem the preference share out of proceeds of fresh issue, the above all entries mentioned in first method will be passed. Only transfer to CRR. The entries for fresh issue will be passed. Third method, redemption out of profit and out of proceeds from issue of new shares. And the last method is redemption by conversion of share. Company may convert the preference shares into equity shares or new preference shares or debenture if article permits. Under this case, the entry will be due amount transfer to redeemable preference shareholder